My connection to the justice involved uh, community, I guess I would say, is the fact that my first job out of high school was working for the Texas prison system. I was in a single parent household and I was helping to pay the light bills at that time. And so I saw a billboard advertising work for the prison system and I took the job. And during those 5 years that I worked for the prison system, the things that I saw from those who were incarcerated, their family members when they would come for visitation, my colleagues, and the system itself pushed me to want to do something about it. So I'm working towards a world where fewer people who look like me or come from neighborhoods like mine, the one that I grew up in, South Park, end up in prison or jail. And if they do, that there's still dignity and justice. If I could change one thing about the criminal justice system, it would be rethinking the way we think about rehabilitation and rethinking the way we look at punishment. The way things work now, someone makes a mistake, they're sent to jail or to prison, and they're not put in a better situation than when they first went in. In fact, they now have labels over them and they have even fewer options in a lot of cases than they had before. So if I could change the system, if I could encourage the way that we rethink things, that would be one of the things that we would look at. One of the things that we would look at, and it would look like things like diversion programs earlier. I think it looks like actually preparing our youth and using the public education system to give people skills that will actually allow them to actually provide for themselves in life. Because with AI and automation, a lot of the jobs that used to be the entry-level job are gone. Your cashiers, your front counter people at McDonald's, your truck drivers, these jobs are going away, and it's becoming harder and harder for people to pull themselves up. And for those in the newest generation, for the first time in decades, we have a generation that is having it harder than the generations before them. If I was talking to someone who had no relationship with the justice program or community, they don't know anyone who's incarcerated, they've never been incarcerated themselves, I would encourage them to go volunteer at a jail or a prison, or to go and volunteer at a homeless shelter or a program that works with the unhoused. I'm going to go ahead and say homeless because a lot of the people who use the term unhoused, they're doing it to make themselves feel comfortable. No homeless person came and said, "Hey, can you call me unhoused, please?" And I think that sort of is symbolic of the problem with the nonprofit industrial complex. You have people that are well-intentioned that think that they have the answer for those with whom they cannot even relate. I would call success with this program, with what we're doing, not only today, but throughout this campaign, there's a whole lot of enthusiasm around the top of the ticket, because no matter who wins, we will have a different president in January of 2025. And no matter who wins, I think success looks like more people being involved and engaged and prepared to actually move things. Because it's one thing to elect people, it's another thing to hold them accountable and to have the tools to be able to track that progress and to be able to apply pressure when necessary. I think for this particular project that we're working on, this Justice Involved Voter Guide, I think if there's one person who wasn't sure how to register, how to vote, where to vote, or the fact that they could vote, ends up voting, then this whole thing has been a success.